Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year's to everybody. I wanted to thank everybody for joining us here at the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. And as you can see, we got a new member as part of our podcast family, comedian Ray Money. We're going to welcome her to the show.
Thank you.
What up, Ray? What up, Ray?
I just want to let everybody know that, despite everything that's going on here, we're here to have some fun. We're here to entertain everybody. And we got some really good things that are in very, very soon. I know I've been talking about it. I'm kind of tired of talking about it, but it's costly. It takes time. But I finally got everything, got all the ducks in order. And we are going to today, we're going to discuss about what happened this past Wednesday at the Capitol. And which is something that I feel like that it needs to be addressed in several different ways. This goes to show, as a Black America, what we still have to deal with. And it was very blatant about the racism, because there's no way in the world we as a people were able to do that. You would have been seeing a truckload of body bags if any of us would have been scaling the fence.
Drone strike on us, for real.
So anyway, we're going to get started, and I want to say welcome to our show. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to start off with our queen, Ushanda, and we got our man, our other comedian, Julio Hennessey up here with the Bears, representing the Bears uniform over there.
Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Yeah, we got some. We got playoffs all this weekend too. We got playoffs this evening and tomorrow.
The Bucks play the Redskins today.
Oh no, they're not talking anymore, Ushanda.
Washington.
No more Redskins.
Oh, I'm my bad.
Washington.
It's Washington.
The Washington Football Club.
Anyway, let's start off with Ray, the new member here. Well, what is your take on Wednesday on this attack on the White House? What's your take on this?
Look, I'm mad. I mean, it probably not for the reason y'all mad. I'm mad that they use the stimulus money to get up there, because most of them people. Boy, did you see the teeth? It's just me. It's just me. You do see the teeth? Like they got.
They got summer teeth.
Man, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, how he? I'm like, his mind messed up. How he afford to go? I've been to DC before. DC is not an expensive city.
He chose his way there, I guess.
I was like, oh, I got it, hit me. That $600 hit. They were like, yeah, we ready to march now.
He chewed his way there.
Yeah. Now the question is, after they done got there, how they gonna get back home? Because I remember this wasn't the elite rich people. Did y'all see a video of the white man standing on his step of his townhouse? Y'all get out of our city. Y'all ain't see that?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was the rich white man. He was I'm coming to tell my stuff.
He said himself, if that was Black Lives Matter, then I have tanks going down Pennsylvania.
Straight up. Straight up.
Did you see the white separation right there? He right in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah. Major separation.
It's so ridiculous.
Like,
so daggone ridiculous.
I'm actually
I don't know.
glad that this happened, because this is actually a wake-up call for white folks. It's also kind of a wake-up call for Black folks, because we got Black folks that voted for Trump. We got Black folks that's supporting him, and I like the idea that we have the freedom to be able to vote for who we want to. But at the end of the day, this whole slavery system that we so-called have passed, it hasn't gone anywhere.
Right.
Slavery system, all it's been doing, they just reorganized and they digitized it, what they did. And I'm going to start off with Ushanda, because I love this comic. Ushanda, tell us about the Trumpanzee.
I'm just saying, I have, a lot of conservative Christian friends from, my background. I used to lead worship in church and do a couple different things. But I was flabbergasted that nobody had shit to say this week. It was like crickets on my timeline. But when the protests were going on for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, it's just like, well, if she wasn't a suspect person, she wouldn't have got shot. Like all these different things and justifications they made up for killing this young lady in her flipping house. But now you folk figure that it's you don't get your way. And this narcissistic asshole that we had sitting at Pennsylvania Avenue whipped these people up into a frenzy, got them thinking they could storm the Capitol. And what y'all gonna do? What the hell y'all gonna take more podiums? There was a guy out there that had a handful of zip ties, like he was really fitting to like kidnap some damn people. And I'm sitting there looking like this. We wouldn't have got on the grass. We wouldn't have got on the grass. We would have got nowhere near the Capitol building for nothing. When Black Lives Matter was protesting there, they had the National Guard on the steps. We didn't get close. So, and I'm looking at these videos, and you've got police officers pulling the gates open and letting these damn people in. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, so how does this make America great? This makes America look like a bunch of assholes, is what it makes us look like. To every other world power, we are a flipping laughing stock at this point. I'm like, do you guys just realize you just undermined everything that you say you stood for?
Yeah.
So it's not even that, you know, you have this great patriotism towards America. You assholes are worshiping the orange idol. They need to stop drinking this damn orange Kool-Aid and just stop. And this shit has to stop. I wasn't surprised though, because I felt like they were going to do some dumb stuff like this. But now I feel like I gotta strap up when I go outside. I feel like, you know, as a black person, I don't know how y'all feel. I don't feel safe walking around in the white world anymore. I mean, I used to feel like, you know what, we all right. You know, they're not going to blatantly do nothing. But if these fools they have the audacity and the balls to roll up to D.C. in the Capitol building, put their feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk, take some stuff off her desk, steal the damn podium,
break the window.
I'm just okay. So if you guys are that bold, that means I need to be strapped at all times. Yeah. For real. That's how I feel about it.
I'm with you on that one.
Come at me if you want to. It ain't gonna be what you think.
That's what's gonna happen in this inauguration coming up in the next.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. And they're already putting something out there talking about January 19th. You better watch out. This is domestic terrorism. Domestic terrorism. Call it what it is. That's and now the girl that got shot in her chest, they're out there trying to be like, say her name. Ain't nobody saying her flipping name. Her ass shouldn't have been there breaking stuff. I'm gonna say her asshole. That's her name. Asshole. Dumb it.
I got a lot. I'm thinking about a lot. First off, I want to say that the biggest victory I think is people understanding to change what goes on in the man we put in that position is by changing government, and we showed that in Georgia by making the vote count for where it counts. You know, we were taught, you know, your local state and government will control the man or the person we put in power to put the face on there. So let's salute to us winning, understanding that part of where the vote counts at. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Let's salute that first. We got the knowledge in that. But I mean, hell, even little Bill on that cartoon only was sitting on Capitol Hill. Hell, he ain't inside the damn building. You remember the little Schoolhouse Rock? I'm just a Bill sitting on Capitol Hill. That motherfucker was sitting here. He ain't even get in here, goddamn Bill. Okay? But Bill, Larry, Jerry, motherfucking
Bubba. It was like 25, 11 Bubbas up in there. It was a bunch of Bubbas.
But not
Amarola Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba. Come on, Vestal. Show ass over there and bring your butt sniffing dog. Don't find out what that. Anyway, nah, you know, it's like I was talking on a local radio station earlier. They were talking to Ray, and me and Ray were bouncing off some ideas. And I was like, I want to get my top 5 places that got better security than Capitol Hill.
First Baptist Church on that first Sunday on Pastor's anniversary. First Baptist.
Hey, Pastor's anniversary.
He's gonna sign that business card. Fill out that business card.
What?
He's gonna know where you live at, what you're trying to get.
Hey, he said,
he's gonna know everything.
hold on,
The old ladies in the white, they don't play.
Hey, look, I don't know about getting in. I ain't had no problem, but getting out on Pastor's anniversary. Yo, we trying to get out. Yo, what? Look, hey, it seems like every time you get ready to put that finger up, they step in front of the door. We finna pray. Wait a minute. We gonna read the scripture every time they step in front of that door. Look, you can't get out so much that they decided to make food so you don't have to leave.
Oh, you're hungry? Here goes some sustenance, baby.
Your grandmama house, when she told you to be home by 9:30, got better security than the Capitol building. You ain't getting in, the doors
you
locked,
ain't getting in.
the lights out, and the motherfucking dog ain't even gonna bark. He gonna be quiet as hell because he know you shouldn't even be at the damn door. Like he ain't gonna do that shit. He gonna be like, shit, I know shit, it's 9:30. Fuck that.
Yeah, I ain't no snitch.
They were like, nah.
That's right.
You put food in my bowl. You put food in my bowl. You ain't messing up my racket.
Right.
Everyone, you know what I want to do is I want to go ahead and play this this clip of what happened on Wednesday and what they're talking about that. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with our audience. I find very, very interesting. And this is a clip in regards to Trump here. Check this out.
Video as Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. The mass crushing a police officer between a riot shield and a metal door. Bleeding and screaming for help as police in riot gear try to hold the line. The mob keeps pushing, one of them yelling out, "Grab their damn shields." Other videos showing Trump supporters spraying chemicals and beating the police with bats and metal pipes.
Okay, I don't know what StreamYard is doing.
And the fallout from Wednesday's insurrection continues to reverberate.
We going into the Matrix.
Leaders and law
I know, right? I feel like Neo.
I don't know what happened there.
And I ain't take no pills this morning, so I don't know what the hell happened, red or blue.
Where your hookah?
Can y'all actually see it?
Julio crazy ass took both pills. That nigga said, I won't be well, man. That nigga, give me both of them.
Okay, hold on. Check this out.
In a stunning decision, Twitter banning the president permanently, quote, due to the risk of further incitement of violence. The president, who has over 8 million followers,
is that better?
prolific tweeter.
Yeah.
Social media platforms.
You go full screen, like, bow.
Yeah. Full screaming, jack that volume up.
Where it hurts probably the most. I mean,
you said full screaming.
Instruments, it fueled his rise to power. It is the instrument that has caused some of the biggest problems for this White House over the past 4 years, but it's the way the president goes directly to his supporters.
Yesterday, Trump releasing this video on Twitter, where he seemed to denounce the events at the Capitol.
I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. The president released that video under enormous pressure from Republicans, from some of his own staff members, even the members of his family. He is not happy with it. This was the video where he, for the first time, condemned the violence and said he would propose an orderly transition, and now told the president regrets saying that.
In what may be his last tweet from his @RealDonaldTrump account, President Trump announced that he will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th.
You think?
We'll be all right with that.
Nah, he can get arrested.
It's a good thing I'm not showing up.
Even as
Hey, that's cold.
President Trump's inauguration 4 years ago,
I missed that one.
responsibility to be there.
It's a good thing you're not showing up. He going on the run.
I don't think anybody is going to go to Joe Biden's inauguration. It just never seemed plausible. Now he's made what was obvious official, and it's an incredible break with precedent.
The president tried to tweet from the official @POTUS account. Twitter deleted them, saying,
Shut that down.
Try to evade a suspension is against our rules. 12 days before the Biden administration takes office, They're increasing calls for the president to resign. And Democrats in the House of Representatives have drafted a 4-page impeachment resolution for incitement of insurrection, charging Trump with willfully inciting violence against the government, urging his followers to march to the Capitol.
He is a big orange jerk.
Yeah.
And anybody that still has an ounce of support for this man needs to have their head examined. They need help.
You're right. Cause it's like you said again. It's domestic terrorism. Anyone in that position that would sit there and pull back federal, say when the Black Lives Matter, they had National Guard out there on the steps of the Capitol. But you knew this was coming, so you had local police officers, state officials trying to protect the federal buildings. So yeah, it's domestic terrorism. Anybody that does not see that, like I said, again, it just shows white privilege, man.
It sure is.
Okay. Say, the main thing kills me. People say, well, they're protecting the idea of Trump. The idea of Trump is American. Forget that. That is the idea. Well, they're protecting that crazy son of a bitch because he's the face of power. He's the face of their ideas, not the idea of Trump. Just Trump is the face of the idea of America, and they want to keep it that way. And that's how we need to look at it and stop twisting the view of it. Trying to make that's the true enemy. They finally got a face of a privileged power where it's always been how it's meant to be. And that's why they pissed off about. That's why they pissed off about Georgia. They pissed about it.
They pissed. Them black people came out and voted.
That's kind of
we got to look at the facts here. Why wasn't he impeached the first time? First of all,
because there was no support behind it.
Well, the bottom line is people got to realize that money is power.
Yeah.
Him and his supporters, his billionaire boys club, they paid for that position for him to get there in the first place. Sure. Because if you look at how in the world that you have never even been a mayor, you've never been a senator, how in the world you've never been a governor, so how in the world are you going to end up getting the highest seat on the land? Okay? You paid for that.
Yeah.
And he should have been impeached the first time. So bottom line is, this is white America. This government was a slap in the face back to them because it never should have been allowed in the first place.
Sure enough.
But once again, if we would have had any inclination of any black people that would have been rallying this, if we would have been touching the fence, we would have had body bags all over the place.
Electrified.
The army would have came out, and they wouldn't have been using no rubber bullets.
AJ said if you were leaning against the fence smoking a cigarette, they would have
He's trying to set fire to the Capitol. He's going to burn down the concrete wall. That cigarette's going to burn down the concrete wall, guys. He's going to shoot him right in the damn head. Yeah.
They would have sick the dog on them. And it was just a security guard on break.
I'm just
somebody else.
Besides the lady getting shot, one lady got trampled to death, and I forgot how the other two people supposedly had passed.
One of the Capitol Police officers got beat in the head with a fire extinguisher.
Wow.
So
you mean?
And then they're trying
to do violence.
Yeah, and they're trying to do the same thing. They're saying, "Oh, it wasn't us. It was y'all."
And they don't want to. This is what you call.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter if you were there and present. I mean, it's just. I mean, it happened for years in the black community. You know what I'm saying? If you with the person that robbed the liquor store, you
guilty.
Everybody got to pay the price. So I mean, that's the thing about it. Look, they've been. I don't see how at any point that you can't say that this was terrorism. Hell, they've been making movies about it for the last 8 years.
Thank you.
White House down.
White House down.
I thought we were gonna have to have Mike Bannon come up there to rescue everybody.
Olympus has fallen.
Olympus has fallen. This is ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's like out of all the protests, even that night that, they were all there in DC protesting. It was months ago over George Floyd's death. They were, so many police, and they were rocking the barricades, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
But I will give hey, great job to the second shift of motherfucking DC, because they came out there beating ass. Them motherfuckers, they said, "Oh, you bitches want to be here after 6 o'clock? I can't wait to clock in. I can't wait to clock in." Listen, they hit you once, they push you twice. They was giving some ass whoopings and assertion. So let me tell you, all those who might have been watching and they worked second shift that night, you beat ass undoubtedly, and I appreciate. So
look,
thank you for listening. Just don't stop doing it to us.
Look,
stop
after all of that,
cool.
After the black people saw all of the white people getting tackled on second shift, now they like, you know what? Blue lives do matter.
Blue lives, right there, right.
They tackling.
Hey,
it was a good tackle, officer.
Ushanda, I'm telling you, I can see an officer right now. It's like 4:30. He at the house, right? He gonna clock in and say him like 8 o'clock. He like, oh,
they got to watch TV.
Oh, they still out there like shit. That motherfucker got dressed at 5 o'clock. He more 2 more hours. He's full gear. That motherfucker
game time.
Like he running to work like shit. I gotta wear that clock in. He ran through the shit, clocked in, and came back and whooped ass. That's what he did. He was ready.
You mean you, especially a black dude? You think you talking about some? You mean he was doing? I did go knock some racist whites out. That nigga was stretching.
I had some friends that were like, "Yo, the Capitol Police need some help. Like for real, I'm within driving distance." It's like, y'all need some backup. I can be there.
They came ready to work. They came ready to work some aggression out. I'm telling you, I was like, look at this. Look at this.
I'm calling
hey, right. What you say? Look at God.
He's working the serious way. Hey, my man packed the lunch. He didn't want to leave. hey, you know, wait, I don't know about that. See, I'm not built for that, you know. I could have been an officer. One, I know Julio ain't he fat too. So
fuck you.
This nigga working up an appetite front line as one of the police officers. This fat ass nigga ordered DoorDash up to the riot.
Somebody on my Facebook said, somebody on my, that's too funny. Somebody on my Facebook said, so long with this stimulus, I'm waiting for my get raid the Capitol for free card. I was like, nah, they just spread it out. They're like, so they sending those out too? Y'all want to rush the Capitol for free? One time.
I mean, for real, AJ, I want anybody that's watching, if y'all know anybody that do work second shift at the police department down there, just give them, somebody cash out them something, buy them lunch, send them a Jimmy John, something, do an edible arrangement. Send that motherfucker something to say, good job, and
second shift, that's every city though. Every city be on second shift, don't it?
You know what's so interesting too? Realize that Washington D.C. is not even a state.
No, it's not.
That's what's so interesting about how this going on. You got so many things that's going on behind the scenes that they're not even talk to us about. Now they're even talking about even trying to register now as a state now since that happened.
So I'm looking at CNN, and there's a report that says the feds police found a pickup full of bombs and guns near the insurrection.
So this shit about to go. Olympus goes down. I tell you, they ready to blow up shit. Domestic terrorism. So now,
straight up,
all these years, besides looking, I'm gonna say this, besides looking for Bin Laden and looking for motherfucking Saddam Hussein, we got Ricky Bobby and motherfucking Cooter out there making bombs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is, So you got to make, seriously, don't take nothing but a little bit. They teach you how to make bombs in Boy Scouts.
This is going to be a very interesting inauguration coming up. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
What Shonda said earlier, I'm definitely going to tell people, black people need to be on alert, and they need to go ahead. They need to get themselves ready. And this is the real talk. Real talk. We need to arm ourselves. I never really understood as a community why we never even had our own black military. There's no reason why we shouldn't. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about even prior to this. Because, at the end of the day, this racism is so rapid. And the bottom line of it is, it's not going anywhere. We can't expect them to change. We cannot expect these people this is who they are. This is privileged white America. They run the show. They've been running it. They're not giving it up. And if you can see that they can take these people, go behind Trump and do this to the White House, and you know darn well that military would have turned around and shot us down.
Man, he
turned around and had
without hesitation.
The agents could have done it. It would have been okay. Mm-hmm. The only people that couldn't have done it, the Latin America, Latinos, and blacks would have been shot down right off the bat. So bottom line of it, this is just racism at its fullest. But I'm kind of glad that it happened because it is a wake-up call. But anyway, we got to get ready to go to our commercial break, and so we can introduce our guest, Miss Mickey Black, and who is a award-winning film producer, writer, and director, and she's on standby right now. So we're going to go into our first commercial break, and we'll come back. We want to have Miss Mickey Black on. We'll see you in a moment.
With this current pandemic, we know there's still a lot of business owners that feel they don't need a mobile app to sell products to their current customers. Well, at least that's what they think. And maybe that's been the case in the past. But if you want to prepare for the immediate future and start seeing massive benefits right out the gate, you would need a mobile app from Max Mobile Pro to keep up in this fast lane of e-commerce. Not so easily convinced? There are many reasons why small business owners should embrace the revolution and invest in mobile apps. Here are just a few. Mobile apps are a great strategy to keep your customers engaged with your brand, offering unique features that are more relevant. More specifically, they act like gentle reminders that pull your customers back with real-time loyalty programs. One significant advantage of a mobile app developed by Max Mobile Pro is that it provides businesses with the opportunity to personalize their communications by leveraging user profile information. Companies are able to engage their customers individually in real time. An app provides brands with the tremendous opportunity to offer a highly personalized user experience and develop deeper relationships with customers, domestic and worldwide. To learn more how we can promote your brand using a custom mobile app, talk to our senior consultant by calling 813-403-7271. Once again, that number is 813-403-7271. Or visit us on the web at www.maxmobilepro.com. Your customers have all gone mobile. When will you?
A new day has come. Sable Ascent is taking your business around the world at no cost. We are connecting Black businesses in one global community, transacting with one currency, Stablecoin, creating one economy. Remember, you are not alone. A digital world is here. Register your business today at sableascent.com.
Freezing in here.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. And I want to introduce this is our special guest today. And she is a film producer, writer, and director, award-winning Miss Mickey Black. How you doing, Mickey? Uh-oh. Can we get your audio? We're not even hearing you. Okay, we can see you, but we can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
Yep,
oh, no, we can.
We got you now. Yep.
It's difficult.
How you doing, Mickey?
Yes, my headset didn't work. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing well, doing well.
We are well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
for
having me on the show today.
We're focused and we're here having fun.
Right.
So, Mickey, we want to, first of all, we're just going to take a few minutes. We'll say thank you so much for joining us today, and Happy New Year's to everybody. And but I want to say this too, just a quick one, because you know you've been listening to us talking about what happened this past Wednesday at the Capitol. Mickey, what is your thought on this?
It's right. Two words, and I usually don't. It's like it's so much, isn't it? Going on with that right now, and I'm usually not a big commentator on politics. I try to stay away from the news, make a sister blood pressure go up. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's evidence of the hypocrisy, and it's evidence of the double standard of treatment. We all know the difference between this past summers or any other protests that Black people have held has been treated differently. So, I mean, it's clear. We know all of that is clear. And we're still fighting for this. And of course, leadership that's been in place has only fanned the flames of what's already been there. Racism isn't new. He has definitely poured gasoline on the fire that's already been there. Gas, accelerant, added wood, paper, everything. And this is the culmination of that. But at the same time, I think that America needed to see that.
Right.
Because a lot of people did not believe it existed. And for some, now they're finally seeing it. So in one sense, it had to happen. And we shall see what happens on Inauguration Day. And man, I don't know. I've done a film I did a film that won the award called Blackness back with Sandra Bland and Eric Garner. And it was like bloody summer because we were just being killed, left and right, unarmed, I did a film about that. But it wasn't completely on that. I want to still remember the culture of Black people, but I could not do a film about being Black in America without adding the racial injustice, so.
So true.
That's my little take.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. So, Mickey, what have you been working on during this pandemic? It's been a unique time, but I think it's definitely been a time of, self-care, introspection, of what not just we as a people, what we ourselves want to do and become. I've definitely been touched by this pandemic more than once. I've had family members pass away from it. I have family members still sick from it. So we are definitely feeling it. We believe in it. We know it's real. It's not a hoax. So yeah, it's been wild, I'm always writing though. Ideas always come, I wasn't going on set or anything yet. I didn't want to tempt fate. Right. I mean, I know some fellow filmmakers, they out there, God bless them, but I'm too sorry. Yeah. It's a lot of people out there doing the productions in the bubbles and all that. Like, do you think that's still a safe way to go about doing it?
I mean, I can't say. With the larger production companies that are out there filming, the big name studios and everything, I think they definitely have the means to put the protocols in place so that they can test their people every other day and make sure certain things are clean or whatever. But as an independent, unfortunately, I currently don't have the resources to make sure everything is truly, truly safe. And my thing is, I wouldn't want to put my crew or my cast or anyone on my set
in jeopardy,
their health in jeopardy or their family in jeopardy. For our film, we did a virtual premiere. The feature I just released, Hush, we did a virtual premiere instead of trying to book a theater because I don't want to put anybody's family or health in jeopardy during this time.
So how have I'm sorry, this is my first time of getting one. I wanted to know more about where are you located? Are you in like Atlanta or?
Oh no, I'm out here in Ohio, Northeast Ohio. So near Cleveland is your best reference.
Near Cleveland, I saw you, Ohio.
Yes, we are cold out here.
Yeah, now look, I'm gonna be honest. I was trying to figure out, like, especially within the film industry now, when you guys are having to release everything, not being in the theaters, how has that affected? I guess because the launch of other films, when you move into when it goes into a theater, it's a big like movement behind it. At least for me, in my perspective, if something hits the theater, it's like, yo, this is big. So even if you're not, it's not mixed in with other movies like you would on a Netflix or a Prime or anything else. So how has that affected? I guess the motivation of people, because they're not going to be going to the big screen now as much as you think that's.
I would think, and I can't necessarily say for other filmmakers, but for myself, I would think this awards us a unique opportunity to take control of our own content.
Exactly.
And share what we want to share. And I mean, it's not that easy to just get your stuff in the theater chain and get that distribution or release. And now more than ever, in the hands of an independent filmmaker, we can put our stuff on Amazon Prime. We can put our stuff on Vimeo. We can get it out there and tell our story, and we don't have to wait for permission from anyone to say, okay, I'm going to show your film. We can put it out there and reach our audience that way. So not that I'm not a fan of the theater. I love movie, and not just for the popcorn. I mean, that's my favorite part, is the popcorn. But seriously, I do love the theater. I wish it could have been a theatrical release, but again, we can take control, and hopefully someday we will all be able to go to the theaters. But I think right now, to take advantage of this opportunity we have.
Yeah.
I got a fat man question.
Okay.
Extra butter on the popcorn?
Yes. Come on now. You gotta do the popcorn halfway.
You gotta pick a bucket and then take it, put the butter on it, and then have them put more popcorn.
That's right.
Got it right.
Double check.
Got it right. Exactly.
I don't trust nobody dropping.
Butter the halfway there. Yeah, exactly.
That's right, Julio. That ain't just
nobody
that's not just a fat person.
Don't come to me. I don't trust you.
That's just a popcorn connoisseur.
Right. That's not just for chubby people.
Okay, I had to let y'all know this right here, extra butter. Right?
Hey, it's like butter, baby. It's like sugar, honey.
For our audience, would you tell us a little bit about your background, how you even got into the film industry?
Oh, God.
Oh, and by the way, too, up there in Akron, I used to live in Akron for a moment, so I just wanted to let you know that we're familiar with
we out here. I mean, I'm from Cleveland originally, so I'm always a Cleveland gal. I'm just out near Akron right now. Akron, because I went to the University of Akron. So I love my zips. Shout out to the zips. So how I got started, geez, I feel like I have been a filmmaker my whole life. I mean, I have always been, I would say, a storyteller first. So I was always a writer, and I always wrote scripts. And as I learned at that time more about the script business, how once you sell a script, it can no longer be your own, and they can do what they want with it. So I was like, I don't want them to just do what they want with it. I want to have say of how this story is told. And that's pretty much how I started directing and just learning about it, and went to UA for production to learn that piece of it, and get an education. And then I just started making films, later. Came from broadcast TV. So I worked at network affiliate stations in the news. We'll say local news stations.
Strong.
Unique experience working in news. But then just started making my own short films, putting them out in festivals, and just starting and just doing it and getting practice.
Speaking of your short film, your most recent one, tell us how that came about. I saw a clip on that, and I'm going to play that clip a little bit. But tell us about how you even got involved in that, because the first time I saw the clip, without really giving away right now, I was kind of thrown back a little bit. And reason being is because that situation is something that I found more in, I guess I don't know it because I'm not being a counselor or anything, but I find that more in white America. And but I also know too that if you tell us a bit about that film, I'd like to show the clip. I think it's very interesting.
Well, so are you referring to my feature Hush?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's my first feature film. So it's a full-length film. Hush, I wouldn't put a color to it to say it's white America.
No, I'm just saying, since growing up, I used to see that's something I would expect in a lot of the white movies.
I'm gonna tell you what it's come from without trying to really give it away. I've heard many a time where like there'll be a comedian and they'll say, you know, the thing about Black families at, let's say, the barbecue or something, like, okay, somebody always show up, didn't bring no food, but they take and they'll always say it's that one uncle that you know you got to keep away from the kids.
That's right. That's right. That's true.
This is where it came from.
I know your mama.
That is so true.
No, it's the one you keep away from the kids. Now, I mean, about that statement. So here we have someone in the family that, I mean, we laugh about it, but it's funny, but not funny.
It's not right.
Because we know there's a predator in our family.
Exactly. Wow. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it.
Right. So if we know this, why is he allowed to be near the kids in the
first place?
Yeah, that is so true.
So that I got with so it's not just Black families, it's families. This is family denial, family shame. It's the thing that everybody knows about, but no one there talks about.
Right.
And then we examine what happens to the poor victims of this.
Right.
And I'll say that much. I don't want to give away the whole story, but that is what Hush is examining.
There's a certain aspect of Hush that I didn't want to bring out until we actually saw the clip, and then I'll tell you the reason why I brought it out as far as white America. There's just a certain aspect that I didn't want to reveal it yet.
Okay.
So go ahead and introduce it. We're going to go ahead and play this short clip, which I found very, very interesting.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and get this. Here we go.
I got a doozy of a case handed to me. Woman killed both her parents.
You're a gem. It is perfect timing. It's exactly what I needed. Dr. Williams, there are things we just don't talk about in my family. Water! What was I supposed to do? He's a bit of a clown.
You knew that. That's why I called him the best, right?
Okay, so tell us about that scene.
The trailer?
Yes. That's the part, that's the aspect that I was speaking of, Mickey. I know that's in all families, but I found that very unusual. I never really found a lot of movies or stories about Black children actually killing both of their parents. That's the aspect that I was
thinking. That's what you're asking about.
Right.
Well, I mean, there is a dramatic element. I mean, this is a narrative fiction film with roots in real life storytelling. So the way films come to me is I see pictures and I see scenes and I see shots, and that's how it comes to me. So I just write how it comes. Is it something that can happen? It's like I don't want to give away too much of the film. It's taking kind of looking at someone's story that has been harmed and looking at what could happen when families do something without trying to give it away.
Can we make sure we like share how to see it, or if it's on any platform streaming.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that
and watch that for you because definitely I want to watch it right now. I'm about to say I'm about to hop off this AJ and I'm gonna watch Hush and I'm gonna shut the hell up. What the fuck I'm about to go do right now. I'm ready to go watch.
I was like, look. I was like, that's a good movie. I wonder if you had any roles for any black dudes about 6'1", about 200, kind of brown.
I'm ready.
Something like my color. You do? Okay. All right.
All right. I'm about to hop
she ain't
off.
got nothing for you, Julio. She ain't got nothing that she not shooting nothing at the zoo.
She got something for fluffy people. Stop it. You mean the hell.
You mad because my beard hair better than your regular hair, which you never hear that.
Julio, we're gonna leave that alone right there, bro. This spot right
though.
And I'll tell you right, hey Julio, trust me, you picked the right one.
You right though. I can't even say that
right now, Julio. You picked the right one. Anyway,
come for me. I'm trying to be nice.
Seriously speaking, I'm kind of glad that you're putting your energy into this with this film, because one of the things I've noticed as far as growing up is, especially with Black families, when you're talking about the sexual abuse, is what basically what we were speaking of a little earlier, hinting on, I should say, without saying it directly. This has been going on in generations in Black families for quite some time, and everybody talking about that particular uncle. One of the issues that I see is that Black people in general, and I got a question I wanted to ask you as a professional. Why is it that Black people in general do not seek help, professional help? I noticed that a lot of the issues goes to the church, and it usually goes to the pastors. The pastors usually have to play the counselor, but they're not counselors. I mean, yeah, they're here to listen. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of mental illnesses that are spread among the Black community. And we're speaking strictly about the Black community now, you know. And this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. And when I first saw that trailer, I did the same thing with Ray. I was like, ooh, I want to see the rest of this. You know, it was deep. So I award you for the fact that you have brought this out there. And one of the things I can see that you do have that eye. You have the talent of being able to bring some truth, but at the same time, you're able to excite the viewer to be able to get into it more. And that's a talent to be able to do that. Because you have to be able to write it, you got to be able to film it, you got to be able to direct it, to be able to get that, get that attention. And you did that very well. And if you can do that in 1 minute, I can imagine what you're going to do with the rest of your film. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But as far as, and I know what you mean by mental health when you're talking about in the churches, because trust me, I grew up in the church. I grew up, where they would say Baptist born, Baptist bred, and I'll be Baptist till I'm dead. That was the saying. I'm not hating on Baptists. That's just how I grew up.
Right.
And about not being strong enough when you say in the church that you weren't supposed to experience a little sadness, which depression is definitely more serious than sadness. Is very real. In the Black communities, I think there is a strength that, and I guess what I can say is to speak for Black women, because I am one. And there is a strength that, at least I've seen in my family, that has been expected of us as Black women, where you must remain strong and, you keep the family together, you're keeping, right. You don't have time to be sad or get into depression. So, and there's always a stigma to it. It's sad to say it shouldn't be a stigma to something that's very real, and it can be clinical. It can be a medical issue for some.
Right.
So I think, it's for us getting the word out to, first of all, get rid of that stigma around it as a community, to not say, little things like, oh, you just, you a little sad, or you just church hurting right now, or you just whatever it is. And just, acknowledge the fact that somebody's going through something. If not anything through this pandemic, and what we've seen in just this past year, the amount of anxiety, the amount of, and I can say for myself what I experienced, being on lockdown this past spring, and then you're watching these protests, and then you're watching the results of the protests. That was some anxiety and some trauma right there.
Yep.
I was traumatized, like, what is going on? And you know what I mean? Black people were, I would say, not that I want to say that I could speak for all Black people, but I would think that many of us were very traumatized.
Right.
And there's no shame in that. And if you needed to talk to someone about that and how we're still feeling that, I've always kind of felt that. I'm nervous as all get out if a police car drives behind me. I'm sitting there, come on now, like you're trying to think how you're going to behave, what you're going to say. Okay, don't move. If he stop you, just don't move. And that's
not the way to live.
It's a shame that we have to live that way.
Yep. It's like you have to be on heightened alert all the time. It's like your sensors are always on 10, especially now. I mean, just going to Walmart, which I hate. It's like, people got stuff to say and they're more blatant about it.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to add to what you just said about the depression and anxiety, because I am one that has suffered, and for a long time it was like, oh, you're just supposed to just push through. Yeah, well, no, you're not supposed to endure some of the things that we have endured, and to just tell somebody that they just need to be quiet and just keep on keeping on is you just suppress all your trauma, and at some point it's going to come out. And I think a lot of that is what we see now. And like AJ said, I do want to applaud you for bringing, that to the forefront, because there are a lot of people who suffer in silence because the family unit feels like, one, if you talk about it, you're snitching. Right. 2, you better keep our business. You don't tell Uncle Ray Ray, even when you do tell a family member that other family members are abusing you in whatever way. Oh, well, that's family, you're supposed to endure the bullshit from your family. I was taught that, and it's not right. I'm not saying that particular thing happened to me, because it didn't, but family will tear your ass down and then look at you like, and what? And what? And so it's real important for everybody to know and understand that it doesn't matter who it is. If they're abusing you, it's wrong. And you do have a right to stand up for yourself. And you do have a right to not be around certain people. That's why, I see a lot of people who are forcing their kids, oh, go give auntie so-and-so or uncle. If your kids don't want to hug the adult person, don't make them. Because kids can sense some stuff that sometimes we overlook or miss. And you don't know if that person followed, little baby to the bathroom last time they was over here, and that's why they don't want to hug that fool no more. So there's just a lot of different nuances to what you just put in film, and I hope that it does spark conversation for a lot more people to be able to speak up for themselves and the truth that they are living in.
Right, and that's the key. One of the biggest things is it's not family honor; it's family shame. So I'm hoping to. With this has been a long time. I started that script back in 2009, y'all. And it has taken quite some time to get it to the screen. A lot of blood, sweat, tears, cuss words.
Keep it real.
I won't say the curse words, but it was some words. But it was a passion project. But I felt like we needed to see this story. Yes, there is the entertainment factor. There is the thing that pushes the limits, but it's saying here's where it could go if we keep this going on. But the key is to get people talking. And once you can start talking and acknowledging something that's there, then
that's part of the healing.
Then you can start to heal it. So
yeah, part of the healing process.
People can take that away from Hush. It is on Vimeo right now. I don't know if you have the link to share, but it is on Vimeo for rent or purchase right now.
And tell us where we can locate that, Nikki.
So, I have a link. If it'll show on the chat, I'm happy to share the link to it. If everybody, I don't know if everybody can see it, but I'll pop it down.
If he can run across the banner, be like, bam.
So, I don't know if you see it, but I popped it up there for y'all. So.
Okay, that's awesome.
Somebody just posted exactly what I said in the comments.
Oh, yeah, look at the little comment box.
Yeah. I just saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Mickey.
So, and again, thank you guys so much for having me on your show today. I'm absolutely honored. Thank you.
I want to make this last comment before Ushanda closes the show. I got a friend of mine that works with small children. She's a teacher, and she works with children that are like, I think the age range is like 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. And, I used to go to the school, during the lunchtime, I used to bring the kids, some food and things, some snacks. But one of the things that I noticed that almost in any school, if you notice little children, when I walk into a room of children that are between the age of 3 and 5, I've seen all nationalities. I've seen Latino children, Asian children, Black children, white children, sitting all at the same table and eating together or playing together. They know that they're different, but they don't care. They're there to enjoy each other. They're having fun. And I've noticed that if we could turn around, what are the possibilities of seeing those same children 25 years later sitting at the same table? You know what I'm saying? Basically, all these issues that we have, which is including the mental illness and the racism, these things are taught. They're transcended down, and they're taught to these children. Children are not born naturally with racism and hate. This is something that is not natural. Mm-hmm. And this is something that, and I'm with you with this, Mickey, because we need to address these issues. Just like what happened this past Wednesday. These are issues that have been basically been hidden behind closed doors for a very, very long time. And we're talking about ages. And this time, because of the social media and because broadcasting now is so massive, we need to address these issues. We need to I grew up in a Jesuit school, in a Catholic school. And the thing is, I was against a lot of the things that they were teaching us. And then I found out later on about these Jesuit priests that are messing with these young boys, And so basically what I'm saying is, this is about morality. We need, as a people, and one thing I've noticed about Black people as a whole, since I was raised up with a Black mother and a Black father, we are very spiritual people. It's embedded in us. We have been stripped from a lot of things. We have been, and just like what Ushanda said earlier, we cannot step outside our homes today without having a target. We have a target on our backs naturally just because of the color of our skin, because we're Black and brown. So once again, I'm going to applaud you, Mickey. And I think that this is a time, I think this pandemic is a message for all of us, especially for the Black community. We need to take this time and we need to research. Depression is real. Mental illness is real. And we need to address this, not keep brushing it under the rug, not keep just turning our cheek. We need to address it head on. Because when we learn to address it head on, then we learn to be able to minimize it. And the bottom line of it is, as a community, we need to help each other. Not point fingers, not talking about what this person should be doing. We need to be helping each other. So I just wanted to bring that out. I just want to say thank you so much, because once again, I want everybody to take a look at this film, get this link, copy the link down. And Mickey, anything else that you'd like to say before we close out?
No, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. And then I think now more than ever, even like you were stating about the Latino and all children will sit down. It is taught. There's just an anecdote about ants. I'll be quick. Ants in a jar. You can put black ants or red ants in a jar, and they will happily live together. And then someone will shake the jar, and then the ants will start fighting.
Correct.
So I think what's happening and what's helpful is for people to come together and start the person that's shaking the jar.
There you go.
I like that analogy.
The one shaking the jar. The orange dude.
Let's not forget, speaking of those, who do they look after? They take care of the queen.
That's right.
All the little women look after the queen. Anyway, go ahead, Shonda. We're gonna go ahead and close out. We're gonna say thank you so much, Mickey.
It has been a pleasure having you with us. Can you tell us, I know we have your link for this particular film, but how can people check out any other work you have or your social media or anything like that?
Yeah, they can go on to YouTube. There's In Black Productions channel, so they can check out like Blackness, the film I was telling you about. That is on there. And a host of other shorts, interviews, and stuff. If you just go to the In Black Productions channel on YouTube, you'll find lots.
And that's In Black, as in Nancy. NLBLAK.
BLAK.
That's right.
Productions. Yeah.
Thank you so much again. And Mr. Ray Money, any shout outs?
Want to shout out everybody that's tuning in for your social media. Miss Black, I wanted to get your social media too. Or is it just YouTube, or you also have?
I'm on Facebook under Mickey Black, Twitter Mickey Black. All of them just look for Mickey Black. MIKIBLAK.
Yeah, you go get a DM. But thank y'all for having me on. And this has been a good experience as a first time for the co-host, and I hope to continue if Julio don't stare me down.
This is
Julio, so stupid.
I freeze his screen. Since we talk about Julio, what's up, Julio? Give your shout out. What's going on with you? What's next?
Everything's going on. Everything's good.
Ah!
First off, Ray, don't be sitting here saying on public, I'm about to DM you. That is not appropriate. It's not appropriate. You know what you got going on at home. This is the riffs in the system. Okay.
I already said this is business.
Yeah, we know what business you talking about, Ray. All right.
No matter, we're just having fun.
Y'all continue. Now, thank y'all to the podcast. All my mates, Ushanda, Ray Money, my man over there, AJ, the queen, the queen at the bottom is Mickey Black. Yo, want to say thank you, everybody. Continue to say y'all. Just be aware, open your eyes, and get conscious. This is a time of consciousness and awareness. And just don't get blinded by the bullshit and all the things we're used to getting blinded by. And wake up.
Right.
If we do that, we can overcome this together. That's all I'm going to say in that aspect. And two, love y'all, man. Been fun. You know what I'm saying? Had a great time.
Thank you, Julio. AJ.
Thanks for having me.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Ray. Ray, this is Ray's debut. Congratulations, Ray, man, for hanging out with us, man. And, we had a lot of fun with you. And the King Julio. I want to say thank you, Julio. And I ain't going to say go Bears, though. I want to say thank you for me.
Bear down, son.
I got to definitely give a quick shout out to everybody's family, everyone who's watching,
right.
all of our viewers. See, Sean, I straighten that out now. I used to say listeners all the time. All of our viewers, and I want a quick shout out includes all of our family members, everyone that's all related to us in our network. And a quick shout out to Mickey as well. And Mickey, I'm going to talk to you later on.
Yes.
To your film. And quick shout out to Gail. Gail, thank you for joining us. Gail has become a regular viewer supportive of our show. And thank you, Gail. And,
thank you, Gail.
To my two daughters, Lexi and Toya. A quick shout out to them as well as my mom. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And shout out to you too, Shonda.
Thank you.
So I want everybody to have themselves a great weekend. Be safe, be smart, and let's all take some time out and go check out Mickey's film this weekend. Let's do that. So let's check out Mickey's film. Mickey, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll definitely we'll catch up, and we want to definitely help promote this movie as well. And we'll see everybody next week, same time, 12 o'clock, on the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. Everybody have yourselves a great weekend.
Yes.
See you, everybody.
Blessings.
Salute.